Today we're going to be finishing up our reading about the school library. Oh, hi, Ruru.
Hi.
Hi. So we just started. We're going to be finishing up our reading. So let's start with going over the homework from last week. So we know we had worksheet number 2, and in case any of you misplaced it, or if some of the observers weren't here last week or need it again, I just put in the chat our worksheet from last week. So let's start with practice number 1. We were supposed to match the pictures with the words. So does anybody need their worksheet? Is anybody missing their worksheet? Okay, great. You guys all have it. So Barry, can we start with you? When we look at number 1, what word matches with this picture?
Shelves.
Can you say it one more time, please?
Shelves.
Shelves?
Yes.
Okay. Not exactly, Barry. You want to try again? So shelves are something we put on the wall, and we can put things on shelves. But with our first picture, we see a boy, and he's looking at 2 different things, and he needs to do something.
I think I get wrong worksheet. Can you wait?
Oh, okay, I put in the chat our worksheet from last week. Oh, you are completely right. I have a different one from you. So yes, you're right. Number 1 is shelves. Okay, that is my fault. Thank you, Barry, for letting me know. I had printed out a different copy. Okay, so I have the right one now. Thank you, Barry. Great job. You were right. So the first one is shelves. Okay, number 2. Stella, what matches with number 2?
Sir.
Can you say it one more time, please?
Author.
Very good. Author. Number 3. Bright. Would you like to try number 3?
To browse.
So that's close, but she's not browsing. She's looking for something. What's another word that we can use instead of to look for something? What do you think?
Say again.
So
你再
it's
讲一
not
次答案，你再唱一次，你的答案错误。
To search.
very good, to search. So in number 3, the girl, she searches under her bed. So she has a flashlight. She's searching for something. She's looking for something. So very good, Bright. Ruru, can you do number 4, please?
Oh. The depth. Database.
Nope, not database. Let's see if one of our classmates can help us. Ryan, Do you know what number 4 is?
Ryan, you have to unmute. Brian，我们听不到你。
To browse.
Yes,
Very
yes.
good. Very good, to browse. So Ruru, if you look at number 4, we see those 2 pictures. And the word browse would be the correct one. So remember, if you're browsing, that means you're looking around. You might be at the store or at the library. You're not sure what you'll pick. You're just looking. So browse. Do you have any questions, Ruru?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your question?
No.
Okay, no question. Okay, well, very good. If you do have a question, go ahead and ask me. Just speak up. But good job. Thank you, Ryan, for helping us. Number 5. Stella, can you do number 5 for us?
Database.
Very good. Database. So database, we see it's information stored on a computer or another device. So very good. And number 6, Barry, can you do number 6?
Speed up.
Very good. Speed up, to go faster. So we see in the picture, the car is going faster. It speeds up. It runs the red light. Very good. So thank you, guys. I'm sorry I had the wrong one, but let's move on to practice 2. So in practice 2, you were supposed to fill in the sentence with the correct word. So Sylvia, I know your internet might not be that good. So would you like to try number 8? Let's see if we can hear you. We can't hear you. No, I'm sorry. So maybe you can just listen to us. Sorry, Sylvia. I'm sure you got the answer right, though. Let's try Bright, number 8. When I go to a store, I like to blank before I buy anything. Well,
Browse.
very good. Browse. Excellent. Number 9. Ryan, can you please read the whole sentence and fill in the blank?
I need to search for my missing homework.
Very good. Search. Great job. 10. Stella, can you please do number 10 for us?
Xiahna keeps books and pictures on her shelf.
Very good. Shelf. Excellent. 11. Barry, can you please do number 11?
Books in a library are often typed by other or title.
Very good. Alphabetized. Excellent. I know that's a tricky word to say, so great job. Number 12. Ruru, can you please do number 12 for us?
You need help to rocket for classes on the first day of school.
Great job. Locate. Awesome. Number 13. Bright, can you do number 13 for us?
Topic.
So it's not topic. Let's see if Barry can help us.
Searching for a specific kind of dress to wear to the party.
Very good. Specific. So, Bright, if you remember from last week, something specific, it's very exact. We're looking for one thing. So, if you're looking for something specific to wear, you know exactly what you want to wear. You're trying to find it. So, thank you guys for practice 2. Practice 3. So you were supposed to answer this question on your own. How do you locate a book at your library? So Ryan, can you start for us? How do you locate a book at your library?
Uh,
Ryan，你的声音
I
Do you understand the question, Ryan?
no.
No? Okay. So Luke, I'm not sure if you could do explain it to him, the question.
你在学校怎么找书啊？你用什么方式找一本你想要的书？
Look at the title.
Look at the title. Very good. So in our story, we learned different ways that we can locate or find a book when we're looking for a book to read. And that was one way in the story, what you said. Look for the title of the book. So great job. What about you, Barry? How do you locate or find a book at your library?
Usually I don't look at a specific book. I browse the library and some book will interest me. So I check out the book.
That was a very good answer. And I'm the same way. Usually, when I go to the library, I'm not looking for a specific book. I just browse. And if I like a book, then I check it out. So, very good answer. Awesome. What about you, Stella? How do you locate a book at your library?
I always ask the librarian where the book is.
That is a good way to find a book because she'll probably know. So you'll be able to save a lot of time. What about you, Ruru? How do you locate or find a book at your library?
I can look for the titles of books the in the library. That that that
Database?
that best, yes. Or
Very
ask her the library. Library.
librarian?
Yeah, librarian. Librarian.
You got it. Good job. So you use the database or you ask the librarian, like Stella. Great answer. And Bright, why don't we finish with you? How do you locate or find a book at your library?
Ask teacher or classmate.
Oh, that's good too. You could ask one of your classmates and maybe they could help you. Okay, great answers, everybody. It's interesting to know. It seems like each of you have a different way of finding books at your library. So great job with the homework. So to finish up paragraph 3 of our story, let's go over our new vocabulary words. So I'm going to share my screen. And for our first one, we have a phrase. So repeat after me. For a while.
For a while.
For a while.
So for a while is just another way of saying for a short time. So let's look at our examples. We only stayed at Jackie's house for a while.
We only
Only
stayed
We
at
only stay at Jackie's
Jackie's house
for
for a while.
while.
For a while, I thought that reading was boring, but now I really like it.
For a while.
For a while.
For a while,
I thought that
that
reading
reading
was
was boring,
boring,
but
but
now
now I
I
really
really
like
like it.
Very good reading, everyone. So again, we see the use of this phrase in our sentences. For a while, it just means for a short time. So if you only stayed at Jackie's house for a while, you were only there for a little bit, for a short time. For a while, I thought that reading was boring. So for a short time, you didn't like reading. You thought it was boring. But now you like it. So again, for a while, same as for a short time. Simply.
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 So this is another word that means the exact same as other words. So simply is another way of saying just or only. So let's look at our example sentences to help us understand how we would use the word simply. So for our first sentence, I simply wanted to help her.
I simply wanted to help her.
Simply press the button to turn on the iPad.
Simply
Simply
press
press
the
the button to
on
turn
the
on
iPad.
the iPad.
Very good. So I'll be honest, the word simply is a word that is hard for me to explain exactly what it means. But it's another way, again, for saying just or only. So I simply wanted to help her. The sentence could also read, I just wanted to help her. Or in this sentence, someone is giving you a direction. They're telling you, simply press the button to turn on the iPad. It could be like they're saying, just press the button to turn on the iPad. So you could choose to use the word simply in place of these words in some cases. So if you're having trouble understanding how you would use the word simply, reading in English will really help with that. And you'll be able to see more how the word simply can be used and how you can use it when you're writing in English as well. So are there any questions about this word simply? Okay, So we'll move on to our next one. To scan.
To scan.
To
To
scan.
scan.
So let's look right at our example. The librarian took a long time to scan all of my books.
The librarian took a long
Librarian
time
took
to
a
scan
long
all of
time
my
to
books.
scan all of my books.
So to scan is to use a piece of electronic equipment. So in this case, that would be called a scanner. So we see that right here. She's holding a scanner. And when someone scans something, they're getting information from it. So when your librarian scans the books you want to check out, she can see on her computer information about that book. Record.
Record.
So a record or records are information that can either be written down on paper or stored in a computer so that later you can look back at it. So let's look at our examples. My teacher keeps a record of students who are late to class.
My
My
teacher keeps
teacher
a
keeps a
record
log
of
of
students
students who are late to class.
The librarian's records show which students have which books.
The
The
librarian
librarian's
records show
records show
students
which
which
Students have each
students have received books.
Very good. So in our first example, my teacher keeps a record of students who are late to class. So when your teacher sees the late students, she writes it down. So that information is written down on paper. So that is a record. In our second example, it talks about the librarian's records. So she keeps information about the books and what students have them in her computer. That's where she puts those records. So again, a record or records, that's just information that is kept in a safe place so that people can look back at it later. Do.
you
Two.
do.
So when something is due, that is the time that you are supposed to turn it back in. So most of the time when you guys might use the word due, it would be talking about your homework. So your teacher might tell you when your homework is due. So that's the day you are supposed to turn it back in to your teacher. So that's sort of mentioned in our examples. So let's look right at those. I'm upset because our homework is due tomorrow and we just got it today.
I'm upset because our homework is
Because
due
our
tomorrow
homework
and we
is
just
due
got
tomorrow
it
and we
got
got it yesterday.
Michael's library book is due on Wednesday.
Michael's
Michael's
library book
library
is
book
due on
is
Wednesday.
due on Wednesday.
Very good. So again, when something is due, that's the day you're supposed to turn it back in or give it back. So your homework may be due on a certain day. And when you check out a book from the librarian will tell you what day it is due, the day you are supposed to give it back to the librarian. To charge.
To charge.
Charge.
So to charge is to require someone to pay for something. So let's look right at our examples. I don't want the librarian to charge me for late books, so I always turn them in on time.
I don't want
The
the
librarian
librarian
pay
to
books, so I
turn
always turn
to
them.
the book, so I always turn the lamp in on time.
The librarian charges Joe $5 for his late books.
The
The
librarian
librarian
charges
Charge
Joe
Joe
$5
$5
pay
late
books.
books.
for his late books.
Very good. So again, to charge, to make someone pay for something. So at a public library, so a library in your town or city, not in school, if you turn in books late, the librarian might charge you for those late books. So you'll have to pay because you turned them in late. So she'll charge you. You have to pay a certain amount of money for those books. Are there any questions about the word charge or what this means? Okay, so we'll move on to our next word, which has to do with our last one. So this word is fee.
B.
B.
Fee.
So the fee is the amount of money that you have to pay. So our example reads, I was charged a fee because I didn't turn my books in on time.
I was
I was charged
Charge
a fee
because
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 I didn't
turn
turn
my
my
books
book
in.
in on time.
Very good. So that fee is the amount of money that you have to pay. So very simple. Again, it's the amount of money. Overdue.
Overdue.
So overdue is the word we use to describe when something is late, when you didn't turn it in when you were supposed to. So this is the same sentence from our last word, but on this slide, the sentence said, I was charged a fee because I didn't turn my books in on time. So now let's look at how we can use the word overdue. So repeat after me. I was charged a fee because my books were overdue.
I was
I
charged
was
a fee
charged
because my
a
books
fee
were overdue.
because my books were overdue.
Very good. So overdue is the same as not turning them in on time. So let's move on to our next one. To revoke.
To revoke.
To revoke.
So to revoke something is to take it back or to cancel it. So let's look at our examples. My library card was revoked because my books were always overdue.
My library card
My
was
library
revoked
card
because
was
my
revoked
books
because
were
my books were always
always overdue.
overdue.
I hope my teacher revokes the no eating in class rule.
I
hope
hope my
my teacher
teacher
no
revokes
the no
the
okay
eating
blue.
no
in
eating
class.
class rule.
Very good, you guys. So in our first example, if you turn in your books, or if you don't turn your books in on time, if they're overdue a lot, the librarian might revoke your library card. So she'll take it back. You won't be able to use it or check out books. In our second sentence, I hope my teacher revokes the no eating in class rule. So you hope your teacher cancels that rule, that she doesn't enforce it anymore. You don't have to follow it. So again, to revoke, to take something back, or to cancel it. And we're finished. So great job with these words. So go ahead and take the time to create your own sentences using our words for today. Of course, when you're finished, go ahead and type them in the chat box. So now is the time where you can do that. And if you have any questions about these words, or if you would like for me to give you more examples, if you don't fully understand, just go ahead and let me know. And I'll let you do your thing and go ahead and create your sentences. And again, feel free to use more than one of these words if you would like. So I see one sentence. Thank you very much. Oh, two. 3. Thank you. Fourth one. Fifth sentence. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. I think that was you at the last sentence. Thank you. Okay, so I think that's all of you guys. So I'll stop sharing so we can all see each other. So let's hear your sentences. So Ryan, let's start with you. What sentence did you create?
For a while, I like to play online games.
Very good. So do you still like to play online games?
Yes,
Yes, you do? Awesome. So you use the phrase for a while. Thank you. Number 2, Stella.
I only go out to play for a while because my mom tells me I need to go home.
Very good sentence. And you use the same phrase as Ryan, for a while. So great job. Ruru, can you please share your sentence?
My school fees are 440 a term.
Very good. So you used the word fees. So that's the amount of money you pay. So perfect. You used that word perfectly. Good job. Barry, can you please share your sentence?
Some students declare homework overdue even it's simply homework.
Thank you, Barry. So, of course, Barry always uses more than one word. So, great job. I see overdue and simply. So, now, Barry, with the word overdue, overdue means we turned it in late, right? Very good. So, another way of saying your sentence, I'll type it in the chat. And when you use the word simply, did you mean to say the homework was easy to do?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So very good. That's another way to use the word simply. I didn't cover that, so good job. So let me type in the chat another way that you could put together your sentence so it'll sound a little better, okay? Okay, so let me do that real quick. Okay, so if you look at my sentence, can you go ahead and read that for me?
Students' homework was overdue even though it's simply homework.
Very good. So the word overdue is an adjective. So that means it describes something. So overdue describes what the homework was. It was overdue. It's not an action you take. It describes what something was. Does that make sense to you? Eh?
Yes.
So very good. So I see you understand what those words mean, and that's important. So in my example, it makes more sense and it sounds a little better. But great job. And the important part is that you understand what those words mean. That's really important. So great job. Thank you, Barry. Okay, Bright, let's hear your sentence.
My brother stayed supermarket for a while.
Very good. Thank you, Bright. So for you, I'm going to type in So great job. You used the phrase for a while. And so I added in at the. My brother stays at the supermarket for a while. So your sentence was good. It just wasn't complete all the way. So can you read the sentence I put in the chat?
My brother stays at the supermarket for a while.
Very good. So it's the same thing that you said. It just includes those words that put the sentence all together. So thank you so much for your hard work too. Okay, last one. Sylvia, I know we can't hear you, so I'll read your sentence. I was charged a fee and was revoked the VIP because my ebooks were overdue. Is that your sentence? Okay, very good. And you even used the past tense in your sentence, so great job. I see charged, fee, revoked, and overdue. So great use of all of those words. Okay, so we don't have much time more to spend on this right now, but great job on all your sentences. Let's go to our story now. So if everyone can take out their reading, and let's go over our last paragraph, paragraph number 3. So per usual, I will read the paragraph and then you will repeat after me. So is everybody there, or does anybody still need their story? Okay, you guys always have it, so great job. So starting again, paragraph 3. If you decide to take a book home for a while, you will need to check it out. Simply take the book to the librarian. They will scan the book and your library card into the computer. This will give them a record of who has the book and when it is due back. Make sure your book comes back on time. In public libraries, you can be charged a fee for any overdue books. If it happens too often, they may revoke your library card. So now let's read it again, and this time repeat after me. If you decide to take a book home for a while, you will need to check it out.
If
You
you
decide
decide
to
to
take a
Decide
take
book
to
home
take
a
a
for a
book
book
while,
for a
while,
you
while.
you
need
need
to
You
check
to
will need to check it out.
out.
Simply take the book to the librarian.
Simply
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 take
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 the
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 book
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 to
to
the
on
the
the librarian.
They will scan the book and your library card into the computer.
They
will
will
in the
scan
book
the
scan
and your
the
library
book
and
and
your
card.
library
your library card into
This will give them a record of who has the book and when it is due back.
this
this
will
This
give
will
will
them
give
a
them
record
a
of
record of
who has
who
the
has
has the book and
and
is
when
it
is
back.
is
due
back.
back.
Make sure your book comes back on time.
Make
Make
sure
sure
Your
book
your
book
book
comes back
back
comes back
up.
on time.
In public libraries, you can be charged a fee for any overdue books.
In
In
public
public
libraries, you
libraries,
can
you
be
can
charged
be
a
charged
charged
fee
a
a
fee
fee
for
for any
any
for
of
any
overdue books.
overdue books.
If it happens too often, they may revoke your library card.
If
If it
it
happens
happens
too
to
often,
offer,
they may
let
may
revoke
revoke
your
your library
library
card.
card.
library card.
Excellent reading, everybody. So we see all the words we just went over in this paragraph. So let's talk about it a little bit. So my first question is, if you want to take a book home, what do you need to do? So I'll let you think about that for a few seconds. If you want to take a book home, what do you need to do? So, Ruru, can you answer that question for us in a complete sentence? Would you like me to say the question again?
No.
If you would like to take a book home with you, what do you need to do?
如果要借书回家，你要办什么程序？你必须要做什么动作？
Check out. Check
Very
out.
good. Very good. Do you know how to answer in a complete sentence?
Library card.
So your first answer was correct. So we want to answer in a complete sentence. So let's ask Stella for help. So Stella, can you answer that question in a complete sentence?
If I want to take the book home, I need to check the book out.
Very good. So now Ruru, can you repeat Stella's answer in a complete sentence?
One more time.
Go ahead and say it again, Stella.
If I want to take the book home, I need to check the book out.
If
If I want to take the book home,
if I want take home,
I need to check it out.
I need check out.
Very good, Ruru. Thank
Alright.
you. Thank you for.
So Stella needs to go because she
Uh-huh.
has to take another class. Okay.
Oh, okay, we'll miss her. I think she already left, but okay. Well, thank you, Ruru. I know that was a little tricky, so thank you for trying. Good job. Okay, so how do you check out a book at the library? Barry, how do you check out a book?
I take the books I want to check out to the librarian, and and she will uh scan the books. Then I can take it home.
Very good. Very good. So you take the book to the librarian, she scans the book, and you can take it home. Now, Bright, I have a question for you. What could happen if your books are overdue? What happens if your books are overdue? So do you remember what overdue means?
No.
Okay, so if a book is overdue, Ryan, what does that mean if it's overdue?
It's
If you don't know, it's okay. You can just say, I don't know.
I know it's a meme, but I
Okay.
don't know how how to say. Over.
Okay. I have that problem too sometimes. What about, let's see if Barry can explain to us. What does it mean if a book is overdue?
Is late for the the time you need to turn it back.
Very good. So, Bright, I'm not sure if you heard that, but if a book is overdue, it's late. You didn't turn it in to the librarian when it was due, when you were supposed to give it back. So, what happens if you have overdue books? Do you know what could happen?
I think turn take to a library.
Very good answer. If you have overdue books, take them to the librarian, turn them in. Very good. And our reading brings out that if you do have overdue books and you don't take them back, they could charge you a fee. So you'll have to pay money to the library. And what else could happen? What might happen to your library card? Barry, could you answer that for us? What might happen to your library card?
Maybe your library card will be revoked.
Very good. The librarian might revoke your library card. She'll take it back. So you won't be able to check out any more books. So, Bright, you said it very well. Turn in your books. So good job with that answer. So, yay, we finished our story. So, for your homework, I would like you all to practice on your own reading the story. So, the first, second, and third paragraph, practice reading it on your own. So, you have that to do. You also have our regular worksheet, and I put it in the chat earlier, and I'll put it there again. So what I put in the chat is worksheet number 3. So here we go. Let's actually do some of this. We have some time left. So if you all could download this, or you might already have it ready. Let's start with number 1. So again, we match the picture with the right word. So Ryan, can you please do number 1 for us?
Okay. Free. A fee.
Very good. Fee, great job. Number 2. Barry, can you do number 2, please?
For a while.
Very good, for a while. So the clock is supposed to show time. So we know for a while is another way of saying for a short time. Number 3. Ruru, can you please do number 3?
Overdue.
Overdue. Great job. Number 4. Bright. Can you please do number 4?
To send.
Very good. To scan. And number 5. Sylvia, can you type in the chat what you think number 5 is? Do. Very good. Great job. So that was pretty easy for you guys. Let's move on to practice 2, true or false. So if the sentence is true, we would say it's true. If it's false, we want to try to fix the sentence. So number 1, Ryan, can you please read the sentence for us?
If you want to check out a book at the library, you have to pay for it.
Very good. Now, Ryan, would you say this is true or false?
False.
Very good. What would be the correct sentence?
If you want to check out a book at library, you have to you have to
Or you could say you don't have to what?
you okay. If you want to check out a book at the library, you don't have to pay for it.
Very good. So that wasn't too bad, right? You could also say you don't have to pay for a book at the library, or it is free to check out a book at the library. So good job.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So why don't you guys finish the rest of these for your homework? So finish practice 2. So Ryan did 1. So please finish 2, 3, and 4. And then on the last page, you'll see something a little different from what we usually do. So if you look at the directions, it says, read about Sophia, Mario, and Matthew. Then in complete sentences, explain how you would help them with their problem. So you have 3 different people, Sophia, Mario, and Matthew. And they each have a problem that has to do with the library. So I'll just read Sophia's real quick. It says, Sophia is looking for a specific book to read, but she doesn't know how to find it. What would you say to Sophia? So for each of them, please write down what you would say to them to help them. So do you have any questions about what you are supposed to do on this page? Okay.
No.
Oh. Okay, thank you, Ryan. So again, Sophia, Mario, and Matthew, they each have a problem, and you'll see how to help them by reading our story. So again, in complete sentences, write down how you would help them with their problem, and we'll see what you came up with next week. So great job today, guys. Thank you all for coming. And as usual, you guys all did an excellent job.
Lillian is observing our class
Oh, okay.
because she has some trouble with her computer, and now her parents just are trying to fix the problem. So
Okay.
yeah, Ruru is having our class, but Lillian is with us. It's just she left her camera off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Lillian, for coming.
Just want to let you know. Okay, everyone, please unmute your microphone and say thank you to teacher Xiahna. Okay. 好，打开麦克风，来。Thank you,
Thank
teacher
you,
Thank
Xiahna.
you,
teacher.
Vienna.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good weekend.
Bye.